Alright. Seeing out the weekend. Got the enthusiastic gang in. Jeremy, Kelsey, Greg, Madam Butterfly. Jeremy, Saturday's not a flower one. They're all cocktail themed to a greater or lesser extent. There's some fruit on this one, but no flowers, I don't think. Just various receptacles. Raisin home for the elderly. My goodness, everyone's coming in early, coming in hot tonight. Good to see everyone. Dang. Oh yes, we're seeing the body part. I see. I finished editing my book video just before starting the stream. Like 5 minutes. Watched it back and I did the edit good. So I just have to add some music to it. And she's ready to go. So I didn't quite do it early enough to have it ready to play tonight. I can do the preview on Tuesday night. Oh, good Lord, working my 20th anniversary video all weekend. You're a hard-working man. I admire and thank you for that. Coming along so well. God, okay. Hang out for it. Race, I'm not on that much cocaine to do a Blues Brothers car crash scene. Jeremy, yeah, that was called Less Angry Aussie. The lighter side. There's a lot of videos on that channel too. I started up a lot of channels over the years. Heini, how are you doing? Look, I got amazed when I opened this Death & Co book for the first time for a while and how good the cocktails were. This is another South Marker one, much smaller book, PDT, the Please Don't Tell. Complete Bartender's Guide from the Celebrated Speakeasy. What page have I got the thing in? The left hand. Whiskey Vermouth Campari. I'm not going to like that. A Left Coast. Plum Brandy. Genevieve. No, I don't have. Oh, Le Pear B. Okay, that's the winter drink. Tea, peated whiskey, elderflower liqueur, and honey syrup. So that's Mrs. Angry Nice Funny. Ooh, Rays, I love challenges. Wayne Fat was your favorite. Good memories. Yeah, the regular. What am I not giving a fuck about today? Yeah, someone just said that to me in a comment for one video. It was like, I think it's funny when you say these things like you don't give a shit about it. It's like, what am I not giving a fuck about today? And it just looked like, well, that's almost a word, the acronym. A blue... Smoke. I'll include smoke. I immediately know what to do. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to mix one up. Safi, you trying to say it's not your fault One Nation got elected? Kelsey at work this morning, addict in the disabled toilet. Oof. Yeah, addiction's a terrible thing. All right. I was thinking making a drink and Ray's just answered it for me. I could smoke the cocktail too. Ooh, horror movie theme tonight. Yes. Okay. So a margarita is traditionally tequila, orange liqueur, lime juice. I'm going to have to go get my lime juice. But Curaçao's an orange liqueur, and I've got blue Curaçao. And I'm going to use some mezcal in the cocktail, which is smoky. So I just have to go get some lime juice. Can I be bothered to shake it? Maybe. I'll take my shaker out. And get some ice. And I'll be back in a minute. It's just one of the guys, regulars, and everything said he's a challenge for it. And I'm always up for it. Okay. Okay, the music version of the book video is still rendering, but I got my lime juice, I got my ice. Set this brandy bottle out earlier. Put it away. All right. We want tequila. We want mezcal. We want blue Curacao. We'll use the good blue Curacao. Still got a bit of it left. Oh, I'm gonna open up. That's a fun view. I'm just going to open up the cupboard again. Okay. Und so. Let's go. A little bit of sugar syrup. Lime oleosaccharum. Damn, that's tangy. Okay, oleosaccharum. Lime juice. Blue Curacao. Tequila. Mezcal. Probably want a dash of bitters. What bitters? What bitters indeed? Lime bitters? Lime bitters. Okay, lime bitters. Okay. So, we shake our little booties right down to the ground. Wood chips. Okay, shaky getting painfully cold to hold. Okay. We have the blue drink with smoky mezcal in it. But, you know, just because Ray said he wanted something with smoking. Sophie loves country music. Ooh, so what have you been having fun at? Country music night. Going to be slammed, but it's a fun night. Sounds like a fun time. Okay, Wizard. We go wood chips. Red gum chips, actually. This is very Aussie. Got our torch. We shall make it smoky. Burn, baby, burn. We go Shazam. How's that for blue smoky? Lucky there's no fire alarms in this room. That's pretty good. Yum. Oh, I forgot a salt rim. I should have had a salt rim. I win, Ray. Thank you. What's Spanish for blue? Actually, let's do it. Blue smoke. That's pretty good. Translate. Probably just does it from the search engine now. Hey, Google wanting to friggin' do everything AI. Anyway, I'm going to the old Google Translate. So to Spanish. Blue smoke. Humo azul. Humo azul. How much does it change if we call it smoky blue? Ooh, how's this one? Azul ahumado. That's a kind of better name. Azul ahumado. Smoky blue. This is a Star Wars drink, Safa. Blue milk. Well, that answered my unasked question. What cocktail am I going to warm up with? Thanks for the prompt, Rays. Azul ahumado. What's the other one? Where's my book? Because I freaking come up with another tequila drink, and it was really good, which is how it got in the book. Okay, we have the Snosberry Fizz, the old-fashioned. Oh, I forgot to put the fucking... I forgot to put... I think this is the second week in a row I've forgot to put the recipe in the book. I can do that tomorrow. Obituario, Elixir Tropical, an original, the vanilla cold brew old fashioned, which I freaking love. Holy Smoke, Old Roma, Oaxacanite, Homely Smoke, Humo de Oga. That's original of mine, and it's really fucking good. Improved Vermouth Cocktail, Old-Fashioned Gin Painkiller, another original. Nuclear Widow, Actually, enough. These are all originals. I'm a fucking genius. Second serve. Yeah. I have to write a couple of recipes in here. The election was called by 8:30. Yeah, that's damn for the Liberal Party for you. So Celtic, you were burning frankincense and copal resin, filled the whole house with smoke. Thought the house was, whoops. Yeah, you got to be careful with burning things. Incense can be very dangerous. Candles can be very dangerous. And sorry, I didn't ask you, so if you asked how date night was, it was actually really crowded. We went to a place down in St Kilda called the Lion and Wombat. It's trying to recreate the sort of English pub meal feel. It's a nice venue. Good food. God, actually, it was all good. I think I maybe preferred the starters to the main. The main was good too. And we had some good cocktails. So it was a good night. And there were a lot of people there. And we went early. I thought people would arrive late. But like between 6:30 and 7:30, they were really busy. But by the time we left, which is about 8, it was starting to thin out a bit. Jeremy, you were in St Kilda 2 months ago, drove 3 hours to buy shoes. Dude, sometimes you got to have the shoes. You got to have these shoes, not just any shoes. You've decided on some shoes, and you must have those shoes. The last few shoes I've got have been online, orthotic shoes, because I'm old and need special shoes for my feet. But I found these ones that fit nicely and are comfortable from day one. And so I've been getting them ever since I found them a couple of years ago. I've been getting them. Not enough time to watch a movie, Safa. I filled in a little time with an old sitcom that I'm rewatching on Plex called Better Off Ted. It's a really funny show. American thing, workplace. The guy talks straight to camera, and it's just like an evil satanic company, and it's so funny. Dr. Abigail opened up the video to hear started. Thin out a bit. No, not the hair. That continues. You know, we're well on our way to a 6 head now. It was crowds I was talking about. Which King Kong, the Peter Jackson one or the old one? Jeremy, you wear barefoot shoes. Soul Mechanics, only barefoot shop in Victoria. Okay. I know the type of shoes you're talking about. I'm too old to wear shoes like that. Oh, he's got an idea for a video for Charlie. Nice. Ah, yeah, Safi, you were watching the Peter Jackson. Oh, I forgot my fucking orange peel. What a clown. I'm getting that. Sorry, I need my garnishes. I bought an orange specifically to have orange peel. I got to get ready for the not the DVD, the Laserdisc talk. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I think F1's in 4K anymore. There you go. You thought Naomi Watts is Nicole Kidman? Both Australian, making strides in Hollywood. Naomi Watts didn't have to fuck a famous Scientologist to get a start in Hollywood. Which is not deriding Nicole Kidman, actually. She is extremely talented. She got where she is by being extremely talented. But there was no denying the whole Tom Cruise thing. I'm trying to think what I'm going to do with this. You know, I just thought of a different name for that Azul cocktail. Just with the smoke, with it being, I don't know, it's like slightly demonic and whatnot, made me think of Ghostbusters, where there is only Zool, no Dana, only Zool. So I think I'll call that cocktail Only Azul. Hello, Hannah. How are you? Oh, gotta love when you finish a hyperfixation project. Raise Shagger, famous Hollywood Scientology star from and get the rest of your life being rich and sorted. Yeah, and she got out with a divorce as well. Damn, Hannah. You've started on a new one. Oh, wow. I mean, I appreciate your dedication, honestly. Something I am nowhere near focused enough to do. But as you said, latest hyperfixation. Oh, and you're starting another one. Nice. Little cross stitches. That's a cute one. Oh, well, good luck to you with your latest hyperfixation. Fuck it, I'm having cherries as well because I'm a special boy. Oh, while I'm in here, look, my battery's in here. It just reminded me. Probably got to set up for the Laserdisc show. Kel, to go for a little bit. Back, see you a bit later, or see you another time. Okay. Still got a few cherries in this jar. Just one of life's little pleasures, having super yummy cherries. Probably get through that tonight. Not tonight, this week. But I got 2 backup jars, so that's okay. I was also super responsible and didn't get extra chartreuse backups because that's a couple $100, and I was going to. Then I thought, yeah, you know what? No, postpone that. So I don't know. It'll take me 6 or 12 months to get through those bottles, and I'll be miffed if I get to that stage and look, suddenly there's a chartreuse shortage. I'll be very annoyed. There's a raise. Mike's ready. Can's good. Charlie's got his PJ pants. It's a horror-style cocktail. Nice. And I've ever been tempted to take the last half dozen in a jar, tip them in mouth. Yes. Sorry. Do you have hidden cameras in my house, Anna? All right. So it probably is. Okay, I need to move some stuff around. And get ready. Okay, I should put some of this stuff away, honestly. Okay, and clean as you go. That's what they taught me at McDonald's. Got that. Put my agave spirits away. Oh man, that's still frosty. Oh, nice. All right, that's probably fine now. So do I just want to have my J ward, or I want to come up with? That's why I stood up. Oh shit! Okay, I don't have my audio recorder. Duh! I got to get. Geez, was this the third time I've gone out tonight? Good Lord. How many things can I forget? Well, actually, to be fair, the other things I didn't forget. The things I wasn't intending to have. All right, let's fucking go. And you're picturing me on a bad day, taking a jar half full, just working my face into it. Hell yes. Oh. Brighten up any day, hooking into some Alaska cherries. Okay. Batteries are probably fine, but I'm going to be conservative and change to freshly charged batteries. Okie doke. And where did I put my little tripod? Little tripod for little things. Set that here, just out of shot. Horror movie right there on my TV. Yes, that's a classic I grew up with. Look like a scene. Yes, very, very chunky. Screaming, don't look at me. It's a thing that I've seen as a cheap effect in an old schlocky horror, actually. Someone had their tongue cut out in a ritual, and they were trying to bleed and make it look all chunky and stuff. And it's like it's jam. It's chewed up cherries or jam. Oh, EOR. It's a whole bunch of Laserdisc. Okay, Charlie's got to get set up. But our movie of the week is an old Michael Caine film, and by old, I mean 1964, called The Ipcress File. That's the one we're going to talk about in a little depth. So if you had lasagna, I had spaghetti carbonara. Wait, is that better? That looks better. I'm a little obsessive about framing. You know, the Ipcress File? I enjoyed it. I watched it yesterday. I do remember that movie, Ray's Blood-Sucking Freaks. Well, we're going to give a review of it tonight. Oh, nice. Abigail, Will made you pancakes for Mother's Day. Nice. A little lower, too much head cap. Okay. And Charlie's here. I think. Come on, what are you doing to me, StreamYard? God, that was messing. Hello, there you are.
Hello.
All right.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you great.
All right. First thing I'm going to do is put a headphone on because we weren't our lesson last time.
Yeah. First thing I'm going to do is adjust my volume, and that's all good.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah. All good. Loud and proud.
All good. Yeah, cool.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna pour myself one more drink. And
no worries.
Is it going to be a horror drink?
Charlie, I couldn't record on OBS because of I had to open this up, and that wasn't allowing me to use both.
Ah, right. So you don't have a separate recorder of any kind like this?
I do.
No?
It's
You're
not.
gonna have
It's
to
not.
use the built-in audio. That sucks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All good in the
Yeah.
hood?
Yeah. I do have a physical one. I just don't have it charged. I didn't realize it was gonna not allow me to use both programs at the same time.
Oh well, live and learn. But
If you
how are
want to
we
use
going?
your phone for for StreamYard, use your phone on StreamYard, and then that way your OBS will work.
So have the camera running through the phone.
Yeah.
But
Try that.
isn't that going to be I know you're thinking of sound, but isn't that going to potentially be dodgy visually?
Yeah. Can you not use
Not
the
these
sound that's
days.
in this?
Cameras these days are pretty
You can't use
solid.
the sound that's in this.
The sound in this comes out like an AM radio, and if we talk over each other, I can't separate audios. That's why I called you yesterday about this. You know.
Hmm.
I was like, make sure we get this sorted before, you know. Because what happened last week was I forgot to put my headphone in, and I ended up having to use the shared audio track, and it's just a mess.
Yeah.
It's like trying to put the toothpaste back in the tube, you know.
Hmm. Yeah, I can't really think of much at the moment. We might
Okay.
just have to go with this for now, and then maybe next
Yeah,
time we'll get it
well,
sorted.
I guess yeah.
We'll soldier on. Okay, I'm going to turn my recorder on.
Mhm.
Make sure it's ready to go. Okay, I'm off and rolling. How about you, Charlie?
Yeah, Hannah's on the right ball. Use the note-taking app on your phone then.
For what?
Voice recording.
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
I don't care if the sound's not as good. If I can work up, I can bring the sound up in EQ. If it's just a separate sound audio device,
Right.
that's the most important thing, you know.
So can you
All
do
right.
that, right? Just record a voice note on your phone?
I think so. I think it's recording. I just don't know how much space I have on there. But we'll just see. It's recording now. So.
Yeah, we'll just, we'll soldier on.
Yeah. All right, let's see how it goes.
My phone's a piece of shit, and I've got 56 gigabytes on my phone, so you should have some, yeah. It seems to be this thing with phones now that they have way too much space to make up for the fact they had fuck all to begin with. Yeah, do you like the number?
Photos and dumb games.
It's episode 666 today.
Nice. That's why we're doing horror. Okay.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Well, no,
Great.
it's actually 177. But
yeah.
I
Okay.
just thought, fuck it, we're going to call it episode.
You hadn't really done 666 episodes.
And I've even got like little.
Devil you even got devil horns.
Like that, yeah.
Right. Ready to go?
All good.
All right, everyone recording?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Welcome back for another week at. Forgotten the name of the show off the top of my head. I'm having a blank. A whole laziness thing. That's right. Okay. Welcome back.
Sorry, I was talking over you. 2 seconds silence.
Welcome back for another episode of A Whole Laziness Thing. And I'm excited. We're going to be looking at some horror films today, and we've got a special guest in today who has his own video shop. We have Mark.
How y'all doing?
And of course, we've got our regular Angry Aussie co-host here.
Hey, everyone.
And you're stuck with me as well. And here we are looking at some Laserdiscs. So to begin with, we're just going to do a few regular ones just to warm up with, get in the zone. and then we'll move on to the good stuff, the horrors.
Let's do this.
Okay. First disc off the rank is "I'm Not a Smart Man."
I've actually got that one on Laserdisc as well.
Yeah.
I was actually playing it today, to be honest.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a guy who collects nothing but Forrest Gump videotapes. Did you see that? He has there's another guy who does just the B movie, and there's another guy who does just Titanic, especially those double ones.
Yes, seen the Titanic one. Yeah.
Yeah, and so some people have some weird collection fetishes, but who are we to judge? We buy Laserdiscs, so yeah.
Everyone knows
movie.
Oh, that's a nice gatefold.
And has a special feature all about the making of and stuff like that, because this thing won an Oscar, I think, didn't it?
Oh, a few.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, one Best Director, I think, Best Picture.
Yeah. I was always amazed. I was amazed there was never a sequel, because there was a book sequel. Forrest Gump was a book, and there's a sequel book called Gump and Son. And I was amazed they didn't do a sequel movie.
I never read the sequel book, but I read the original book. And in the original book, he goes up into space with a monkey. I'm not joking. It's like the weirdest thing, It's a monkey, a woman, and him, So, yeah. All right, next up we have The Lion King, 1994.
Ooh, probably Disney's high point.
Yeah, a good one. Got that one.
Many of the animators were transferred mid-production, believing it would be a flop compared to Pocahontas.
Yeah.
What was the one? I was about to say it was Lion King, but it wasn't. It was Beauty and the Beast that got nominated for Best Picture, wasn't it?
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast.
And that led them to actually introduce an Oscar for Best Animated Feature.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was really Beauty and the Beast was the first movie they went, oh, we need to do an animated Oscar for a full-length movie.
It was nominated for Best Picture. It didn't win. And I think the thinking was, okay, the Academy's never going to vote for an animated feature for Best Film. So given the quality of animated features, we should introduce a category, Best Animated Feature.
Speaking of Beauty and the Beast, there's a version on Laserdisc that has it in almost complete form, except for certain parts of the film, where it's still in sketch mode, where they're showing
animatics.
Yeah, like a flip book, kind of one of those flip book things. It's really trippy to watch, especially there's a scene where they have the dance with the Beauty and the Beast on the dance floor with the chandelier and stuff like that. And that was all done in CGI, early CGI.
Yeah.
And the version on Laserdisc shows it all in very old school kind of 3 frames a second, kind of like a computer struggling from both ends trying to make it work,
You know what I legit thought you were going to say? There's a version. I thought you were going, there's a version where they show the Beast's butt. Release the butthole version, you cowards.
That was the
next up, one, wasn't it? We have the Mr. Holland's Opus.
Okay. This is not a terrible movie. It's very schmaltzy, but Richard Dreyfuss is very good in it.
Yeah.
Richard Dreyfuss learned how to play piano for that movie.
Yeah.
And how to conduct, because that was all about him conducting an orchestra and stuff like that. But once it got into the whole "my son is deaf" thing, and
it's not terrible, but don't watch it if you're diabetic because it's sickly sweet. But
but that was a good one. Next up, we have the THX remastered version of Wizard of Oz.
Damn.
So this was 1939, the year of great films when it comes to movies, as we always talked about. And what a beautiful little presentation.
That's just like ultimate classic.
Yeah. I'm a sucker for that THX logo. When I see that shit, I get all, just a little bit hot, like
wow. I was just making me think, could you imagine if the makers of the cast or whatever went through a time machine and you dropped them in a lounge room today with a big 4K TV and put that on, and it would just blow their minds that you could have something like that in your home.
Yeah.
I mean, computers might blow their mind too, but I think the TV.
Yeah, anything nowadays is what we take for granted, like a computer in our hand, Okay, next up, we have Grease Lightning, the 20th anniversary, also THX edition.
There you go.
There.
Very nice.
Yeah. Olivia Newton-John was 29 years old when she made this, playing a teenager.
Yeah.
And her pants were so tight that they had to sew them on while she was wearing them.
I don't think she was the oldest. Surely, like, Kanaki was older.
Well, Rizzo's boyfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rizzo's boyfriend. And Rizzo, how old was Rizzo?
I don't know. I just remember that it was very well known that she was, 30 years old by the time the film was finished being made.
Yeah, Rizzo looked like she was 42 or something.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, we talked about Rizzo the other week. How she was looked a lot older. Yeah.
Some of the oldest teenagers I've ever seen, honestly.
Yeah. No, they weren't going to use Olivia Newton-John, but John Travolta pushed really hard to get her onto the film.
There you go.
Yeah. All right, another classic here. We're just knocking out some classics tonight.
Wow, you really are.
The THX version of Mary Poppins.
Honestly,
tiny little THX logo.
Tiny little. We're just going for the THX tonight. I love it. Look, I heard because the mix of animation with live action on this is wild. I heard a story. It definitely wasn't me because I wouldn't do anything illegal, but someone who happened to be in a bar in Darlinghurst in Sydney on chemical hallucinogens, and that was playing on the TV, and they were just transfixed the whole time going, yep, they were all off their chops when they made this movie. That's the only explanation.
And Dick Van Dyke, he's like 100 now? Just still going.
Yeah, but he's
recently,
really spry. Like, he did something with Coldplay just last year.
Yeah, that was good, that. I like that.
Dick Van Dyke is still switched on.
Yeah, that's good.
He's one of those, but the stories that die with him, though, the stories he has that he's the last living person who was in the room when it happened that's going to be a thing.
Have you seen Saving Mr. Banks?
Sounds vaguely familiar.
About the making of Mary Poppins and how she did not want the film to look the way that she did, and
Tom
Disney
Hanks,
had to talked her around for like 11 or 12 years. It was not like a sudden change of heart. She just kind of had to break herself down bit by bit.
Yeah.
But some of the music in that is fantastic. I love the Flying the Kite song. Some classic songs, really good. Like pure, clean entertainment, opposed to some of the movies the kids are exposed to these days.
Yeah, and really the movie's about Mr. Banks. Really, Mary Poppins is like the Marty McFly, of Back to the Future in that film, because it's about Banks and his children. Really, at the end of the day, she's just like the side thing that comes in to move the plot along.
Have you seen? There's a video on YouTube, and it's an old one, like from 15, 20 years ago, called Scary Mary. Someone cut a horror movie trailer for Mary Poppins, just using real footage from the film, but just changing the color scheme and the music underneath it. It's an absolutely compelling trailer for a horror film. It's incredible.
Well, That would have been a great segue to get into horrors, but we're not quite done because we have to do a movie of the week, which is the Ipcress File.
Did you watch this one?
I believe you got to see it too, didn't you, Mark?
Yeah, I did eventually.
Yeah.
Mark fell asleep during it the first time.
Yeah. Well, like we were discussing that it was maybe the producers wanted a spy franchise that wasn't James Bond. And as opposed to the glitz and glamour of James Bond, it's the very down market drudgery of being in military intelligence in England, and it's legwork, it's spying on people, it's paperwork.
Yeah.
But also personality-wise, he wears glasses and cooks for women. You know, like in the 60s, men don't cook for women.
Yeah. But right from the start, I thought, first I thought it was a very modern opening for a 60-year-old film. It was like in TV terms today, it was a cold open. No credits ran. The movie just started. And then it was Michael Caine's character getting... And again, there's just little things like the way he reached across his bed, like he expected there to be a woman there and there wasn't. And then he finds he's going to be... And then he gets up and makes breakfast, and then the credits play over him and his morning routine. But they're just putting little character things in, like he grinds his own coffee beans and uses the French press. No one in England did that in the 60s. So that was... Audiences at the time would have been looking at it going, what's he doing? They were just setting him up. He's different.
Yeah, I did like...
really appreciated flavor and taste, Yeah,
I like the serious tone that it took for for the whole movie, really, but I found the first half an hour just tedious a little bit, and that's what I fell asleep. I was tired, but I was getting confused as to what Michael Caine was supposed to actually be doing, and then... I finally got there with it, and it was a good movie. I really enjoyed it. I like the way Michael Caine was. He played like it was a bit more of a reserved character, than his usual chops that he does. But when he shot that first person, or where the cop says to him, "Oh, you've just killed so and so," like this cop, he looks around like. I thought the movie was going to be like a screwball type thing where he just goes around killing people. And then they're not the actual person. Like he just keeps making these mistakes because he's playing the role so just blasé, just like, oh, all right, I did that. Okay, well, better luck next time. But
a couple of things I want to just mention is the way it was filmed. I really loved how all these shots were done from
angles,
from angles and behind furniture, like looking in between things and stuff like that. Believe it or not, the director went on and made Superman 4. Which is like, peace. What? The Quest for Peace, the canon one. And
there's 2 sequels as well.
Beautifully directed. Yeah.
I noticed the sequels aren't particularly well rated. I haven't watched the sequels, but they don't have particularly good ratings. But I love Charlie. That was the other thing. They were saying, like, this is different. This is not what you're expecting. All those really wild angles of the shots, and him just being different, like grinding his own coffee, cooking for a woman, and he's a sergeant. It's military intelligence. Everyone's got military ranks, and so non-commissioned officers often have problems with officers, and he's dealing with a major and a colonel at various points. I loved the line where his CO is sending him off to work with someone else, kind of because he's sick of him, and just says, "Well, you won't want to mess around over there. He doesn't have my sense of humor." And Michael Caine just deadpans, "Yes, sir. I shall miss.
I'll miss that." Yeah,
it's just like he's so deadpan. It's so cool.
Yeah.
My only real other concern with the film was, why was Michael Caine able to withstand the treatment that he was getting? That was never explained.
I think they set that up at the start. It's the glasses. They set that in the opening.
No.
He's blind.
It was the nail.
I reckon it was the combination. because they set up from the start, if he's not wearing glasses, he can hardly see. And part of the indoctrination was visual. But yeah, that's the thing I've seen in other spy things to counteract drugs and mind control stuff. Pain stimulus stops things like that from. I think it was a combo.
He was strapped up, and you saw him ripping and dragging his wrists against the harnesses, and it was making him bleed and cut his skin open like crazy around his wrists. And so later on, when he had the two officers, spoiler alert, the big ending, and he was going to make the choice, and he was about to shoot the wrong one, and then he felt the pain. And that brought him back out of the hypnotism that he was in, and he was able to think, "Oh shit, that's the person I was meant to be shooting, not the good guy."
Yeah. Personally,
and how cool was the hypnotism? The sound and the vibe of the whole thing just made me go, "Oh, I feel quite uncomfortable even just watching this." Let alone
it was like going to a Pika art gallery in Perth. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Some of the things they have playing there, the art gallery, the random, just stuff reminded me of that.
Yeah, you can imagine that in the cinema, because everything about this film was to put you off a bit. Nothing was quite like a regular film. And that in a cinema probably would have been really full on.
Yeah. But yeah, very cool film. I do plan to get around and watching the two other, Funeral in Berlin, and what was the third one? Billion Dollar Brain. Yeah. And it's a cool little idea for a franchise, an anti-Bond, but made by the people that made Bond, so it was quite interesting. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the Ipcress File. I think we've covered it pretty well, actually.
That's our movie of the week.
Yeah. All right. Can we do a break? Yeah, go for it. Yep.
Only like 10 seconds.
Sophie would like to get up for a second.
That's okay. You can get up and do something, Soph. Oh, yes, ready for the... I could go out and get my old... You know the devil character I had? I think I've still got the mask.
Well, Sophie's getting fish and chips, so go for it.
All right, give me a minute. I'll see if I can find it.
Okay. That's going to be interesting. Hope it's not squashed beyond belief. Oh, Angry's getting a costume change as well. Mark's got a scary clown, so that will do.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, huh?
That is cool, yeah.
Oh, man. Oh. How's things, Charlie?
Yeah, I've been good. How about you?
Good.
I've been working on... It's Angry Aussie's 20th anniversary. He's been on YouTube. And I've been working on a video for him, but he's back now, so shh, don't talk about it.
Found this one. I think the elastic is stretching. I have to tie a knot in it to... Look. How's this one?
That's perfect. And it's just going to cut, and suddenly we're looking all different, and Mark's just saying it's great.
Well, you got to have the straight man. So, yeah.
You do mask so well, Angry. It's great.
Yeah.
All right.
This is half mask. Here we go. Here we go.
You like it half mask, don't you? All right, lads. Let's get on to the horror stuff.
Horror.
We've got some. We've got to do Dr. Tennis. We'll introduce.
Oh yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah. All right. So the first disc is Candyman. I think this is Candyman 2. Farewell to the Flesh.
Say his name 3 times.
Candyman number 2. Farewell to the Flesh. And I have no idea what this is. I have never seen it.
I've never seen it either.
I've heard about it. I've never been a fan of the Candyman movie. Even the first one didn't really wow me. So Not much else to say. Look, Polygram
It's like
Video.
if you're mad for Candyman, go for it.
I find it hard not to be in character when I wear a mask. I'm going to talk like this for the rest of the reviews.
I've got Interview with a Vampire.
Ooh, nice.
Brad Pitt. Antonio Banderas. Directed by Neil Jordan, 1994.
Yeah. I remember
Have you seen this one?
because Anne Rice, who wrote the vampire books, was apparently not at all happy with Tom Cruise being cast as Lestat. But I think he did a pretty good job, honestly. This is not a bad movie at all.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
I feel like every time Tom Cruise is given a role, he embraces it completely, even when it comes down to jumping on couches.
Yeah, and I think he literally went out and started drinking people's blood and having gay sex for this movie.
You got to get into character.
He is. He's a method actor.
Yeah, you got to take it seriously.
He learned how to
Anne
make
Rice
cocktails.
publicly loudly opposed Tom Cruise's casting before production, then did a complete 180 and took out a full-page ad in Variety praising his performance after seeing the film. Christian Slater replaced River Phoenix, who died before filming began.
Yeah. But I think both Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise do good in that movie.
Yeah.
And
good
young
combination
Kirsten
too,
Dunst.
you know?
Young Kirsten Dunst is quite good.
And one of the CGI effects, the blood on the shirt, actually cost like $100,000 or something like that.
For one shot.
They could have just done it with like prosthetic effects, or just like syrup, $30. But they spent like $100,000 on a CGI effect, just like of a blood stain, just like fading back or fading out, something like that.
Yeah,
it was odd. Really odd choice.
So just they could have put it on the shirt and then played it backwards, and then that would have been enough, right?
Yeah, well, they could have sorted it out somehow with actual syrup, but they spent $100,000, something like that, for a CGI effect. It's like insane.
A tad excessive.
Yeah.
So the next one is An American Werewolf in London.
Love this movie. This is great.
This one fucked me up as a kid. This was the first horror film that I watched. And when it came to that cinema scene, where his friend is deteriorating, like his whole face is just peeling
and
off.
All the people he's killed are there.
And it won Academy Award for makeup for piece there.
Yeah, well, it's that. Who's that guy that did all the makeup really good in this?
What's his name?
Rick Baker. Rick Baker.
Yeah.
He did a lot of 80s horror film special effects, stuff like that.
Yeah. It's one of the great werewolf transformation things, because that's always the centerpiece of a werewolf film, the transformation. How do they do it? This is a really good one.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go. They actually created the category for best makeup because of this film.
Yeah. There you go.
John Landis, who directed it, also made The Blues Brothers and Trading Places, and drove a helicopter into some kids.
Oh, he did that.
Well, he ran a set so loosely, he allowed that to happen.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's right. He wasn't actually driving the helicopter, was he? Yeah, no.
Killed
instructing the helicopter
Vietnamese kids.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we have a horror bundle.
Oh, a bundle of horror. Too much horror for one person.
So we have Scream.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then
Scream 2.
Scream 2. That's the double. That's the bundle this week.
How long this franchise has been around? 2 of them were on Laserdisc.
Yeah, and
the
thing I love about Scream as well. Well, Wes Craven, who directed it, he did obviously Nightmare on Elm Street in the 80s, and then obviously came back in the 90s with Scream and really reinvented the horror franchise, or the horror genre.
Because it was getting extremely stale.
Yeah.
It's a genuine horror film, and it also spoofs horror films. It's really clever.
Yeah, it's a self-aware horror film.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And that was refreshing to see,
Yeah.
Wes Craven appears as the janitor in Scream 2, dressed as Freddy Krueger.
Nice.
The original Scream script was passed around Hollywood for 2 years and rejected everywhere before Miramax picked it up. Scream 2 started shooting before the script was even finished because Scream 1 was such a massive hit.
Yeah, and I remember seeing that as a teenager, and when Drew Barrymore got killed off at the start, it was the main character that was advertised on the poster as well. She got taken out at the start. You thought, oh wow, this is serious. The stakes are high here. So you're like, oh.
Yeah, it's not like Predictable where the end girl, makes it to the end.
Yeah, she's already done.
Shaking
done
up
in the
your
first 15.
Yeah.
All right, so next up we have a double from the 70s, the Dr. Phibes films.
Oh.
I've only seen the original. Cool. This is Vincent Price, the abominable Dr. Phibes.
Well, he is abominable. He drains the blood. He comes after all of his enemies, and he's 40 years ahead of Saw, just doing a terrible revenge on his enemies.
He's just unhinged.
And you are exactly right. This is a prequel to Saw in a sense, in the way of torture porn. This is like 70s version of that kind of.
I have to admit, my favorite and creepiest bit, he's killing a guy by draining his blood, but the guy's conscious while he's doing it. So the guy's basically just fading away, and he's conscious that Phibes is draining all his blood out. And it's like, oh, dude, that's messed up.
Vincent Price called the Dr. Phibes film his favorite movie to work on.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Especially as far as watching it goes. Yeah.
What is it, 50s or 60s?
It's pretty impressive considering 70s. It was all done on a very tight budget too.
Yeah. I'll have to watch that one.
Yeah. Oh, it's if you like horror films,
So what year was it, Charlie? What year was it? I thought it was 70s.
71, 72.
Oh, 71. Right.
Yeah, really old school 70s stuff. Yeah. Okay, next up, we have 1976, The Omen, directed by Richard Donner, who went on to make Lethal Weapon and Superman.
He must have been so young.
Yeah. The production was plagued by eerie incidents. A plane the crew chartered was later hit by lightning. A tiger attacked the handler on the day of the films. The zoo films were done.
Yeah.
And Gregory Peck's plane was struck by lightning as well. Richard Donner went on to make Superman and Lethal Weapon. We said that, yeah.
I'm going to be super cynical and say those are bullshit marketing stories, but because it's not even unusual occurrences, honestly. But
I don't know if it's marketing, but I don't think it's related to the fact they're making a movie called The Omen.
I check. It's so hard to pick favorite bits from The Omen, but always like the nanny here goes, "I'm doing it for you, Damien. It's all for you."
My favorite bit is the cross that gets zapped by the lightning, and then comes falling off the church and goes straight through the priest. That is cool.
Patrick Troughton, the second Doctor Who, is a priest that gets offed in this.
Oh, right. Okay, there you go. Yeah, that's who it must have been then.
Yeah, no, it's who it is. Second Doctor Who is in The Omen.
All right, should we do the next one? Ready for another one? Okay, we've got In the Mouth of Madness, John Carpenter's 1994 film with Sam Neill.
I haven't seen this, but this gets hyped a lot.
Yeah, I've actually got this on Laserdisc too, but I haven't seen it. I've been meaning to get around to watch it, but
like I've been told it lives up to the name in the Mount of Madness.
Yeah, so John Carpenter did a thing called the Apocalypse Trilogy. And this is the third film in the Apocalypse Trilogy. The second one is what's it called? The Darkness. Prince of Darkness.
Okay.
And the first one is one of Angry's favorites called The Thing.
Okay.
And pretty cool film about paintings coming alive and yeah. It's every time he kind of wakes up from what you think is a dream, you find out it's not a dream and it was actually real, and then he wakes up from that and realizes that was a dream or something like that. Kind of one of those kind of movies,
Yeah.
Like you're never sure where you are in it at the time,
Yeah.
All right, next up we have 1993's Body Snatchers.
Oh, I don't know this one.
Yep.
I know what it's a remake of, but I don't know this particular film.
The third adaptation of Jack Finney's novel after the 1956 and the 1978 version.
And there was even a more recent version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Wow, it bombed at the box office. Although Roger Ebert gave it a perfect 5 out of 5, domestic gross was under $500K.
Wow.
So, yeah, it bombed hard. But, it's a horror film. It fits in there. It's going out the door.
And Ebert liked it. Maybe it's good. Who knows?
All right, what's next? Oh, this is a good one. Alan Parker's 1987 Angel Heart with Robert De Niro and Mickey Rourke. Well, Mickey Rourke and Robert De Niro, I should say, because it's a Ricky Rourke film. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and Robert De Niro is the Southern gentleman Louis Cyphre. This film's so camp. I really enjoyed this. Like I watched it when it came out. I just think it's super camp, though.
So Lisa Bonet, the chick in this film,
from the Cosby Show, does a nude scene,
and she was still working for the Cosby Show.
Yeah, Bill Cosby disowned her because she did a nude scene.
Yeah, like isn't that ironic?
Yeah, considering what he was up to. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Initially got an X rating when this came out, due to that famous rape scene. Alan Parker did some very minor trims to that scene, and it got a rated R. And we talked about, we like talking about banned movies in Australia and stuff. And so that was one of the ones. De Niro grew his fingernails out to like that long.
So they're not prosthetic. He actually grew his fingernails.
Yeah. Anyway, I
heard he actually took part in ritual sacrifice for real just to get in character.
That sounds like him, doesn't it? Yeah.
He's serious. He doesn't mess around. Raging Bull, he did fight. He fought Jake LaMotta. Angel Heart, he indulged in ritual sacrifice just to get in the
Godfather, he lined up 5 people against the wall.
Yeah, he just killed a bunch of dudes in Vegas for Godfather.
Just wanted to know. It's method acting, yeah.
He has to know what it's like to kill someone, so that's what he did.
Okay, so next up we have 1989's Witch Trap.
Okay, you're getting obscure.
This is one of these very low budget. You know you're in major low budget territory when you see Leanna Quigley, who's well known for movies like Beach Babes from Beyond and stuff like that. Like Hollywood Chainsaw Hookers. I think she's in as well. She's famous because of her shower scenes, and that's about it. So this was directed made in 17 days and written in 6.
You know what? Don't waste time when you're making movies. That's what I say.
Yeah.
Just get in, get it done.
Yeah, no, and
But
you know, like,
but that's the thing I like about the physical media, like movies like this on Laserdisc and VHS, is they're not often on DVD or Blu-ray, and they're just really obscure,
And
they
they're
just
not
look
on streaming services.
yeah, they look good in your collection as well when you got like a nice
yeah,
horror thing like
yeah,
this.
it gives you collection character instead
Yeah,
of
it does.
being the same old run of the mill blockbuster films like
Yeah.
every other person has. You've got
Yeah.
something like, you know, Witch Trap, where they tie a woman down and do, you know, medical experiments on her and in using witchcraft. You know, like,
Yeah, I've got a few of those kind of laser discs and VHS, and they just look great in the store. You know, some of the roadshow titles, you know, it's just they're great to have there. You know, they're more
all right.
expensive, but
Also, another weird one, and this is a Japanese pressing. This is 1990s Frank Henenlotter.
Frankenhooker. I have seen this.
Frankenhooker.
This is hilarious. This intentionally hilarious. This is actually.
Oh, have
good.
you got this on VHS? Because it's very famous, the VHS copy, because you can press where boobs are, and it says "one a day."
yeah, I'd love to have that on VHS. I don't know.
You've heard about it?
I've heard of the film. Yeah.
You've heard about the VHS? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is a very, very, very funny movie. Don't let this kind of film. This is a comedy more than it is anything else. Basically, this guy's wife dies from an oversized lawnmower accident, and she's in multiple parts. And he wants to put her back together again, so he goes down and rents out 10 or 11 hookers and wants to just choose one of them only, but they find his special overpowered crack and drugs, and they all die. And so he ends up going, oh, I can use that right arm was good and that left arm is good, and oh, I really liked her, she had good boobs and stuff like that. So he ends up making up a Frankenhooker out of all these hookers and then just using the head from his girlfriend that died. But then the pimp comes along, and notices that pretty much every piece of body part has his pimp logo attached to it. And it's an insane funny film, and the director is very funny. He's done other films like Basket Case, which is another very silly film. And
I actually like that one.
Yeah, they're just fun. Like, I know they're horrors and they have a bit of grossness to it, and if you showed them to a 10-year-old, you'd probably make them cry. But as an adult, it's an absolute scream.
Like sometimes, sometimes
this is, like I said, the Japanese pressing.
Yeah, you can watch a movie like that and walk away from it afterwards and go, well, that wasn't a complete waste of time. And just be like, and you have a laugh, So
I'd watch that again. Like, that was fun. It was amusing. I'd definitely watch it again. It made me laugh. Yeah. No, that's pushing it a bit far. Look at the face. He's like, I don't quite agree with that. I'd watch it. It's a once.
Yeah, it's maybe once a once only.
There's too many movies in the world to watch.
Unless it was really kind of, obscure and good, like Bad Taste or Meet the Feebles or something like that, where you can watch it a few times because it's just funny. If it's just bad, then you're like, oh.
Yeah, I have it on 4K. I fucking love Frankenhooker. I love all of that guy's films. I love all the the crazy weird horror films. Anyway, there's another one. I've forgotten the name of it, but it's a like a giant sperm, and it attaches to their brain cell, and it gives them like positive energy when it's happy, and if you keep on killing people and it gets to feed off them, then he'll put like more of those nice vibes in your head. Yeah.
I'll have to check that
one. Bill Murray called the film, "If you see one movie this year, it should be Frankenhooker." Okay, so I want to know what that film was now. My brain's telling me.
I've heard of the film you're talking about with the giant sperm. Did the Frankenhooker guy
Brain Damage?
Oh, Brain Damage. Brain Damage. That's a good film. I like that one.
Yeah, yeah. And he has like that little weird brain squiddy thing that looks like what I'd like to look at. I think it's like a giant. It looks really gross, like a snake version of a sperm. Yeah.
Okay, like has that things that cabaret song. Yeah.
Okay, so next up we have the second last film. Are you talking about the when you say cabaret song? I'm thinking of Spaceballs.
No.
When he walks out and sings "Hello, my baby, hello, my darling."
No, Brain Damage. He sings.
Brain Damage. He sings a song. I need to go back and watch Brain Damage again, but looks like get my cabaret on. Okay, so this is the last horror, and then we got one more film, and then we're done for tonight.
Okie doke.
Like I said, not as many films because I wanted more time to talk on each one.
Yeah.
Okay, so next up we have Disturbing Behavior.
Yeah.
1998, directed by David Nutter. And this one got heavily edited from being an MA or R in America to just a PG film because they wanted to get more 15-year-old butts on seats. So they can, because they look at the cover. Tell me that's not made for 15-year-old audiences,
Yeah, that was my era. I remember Katie Holmes doing Dawson's Creek and then wanting to shake free of that nice girl role, so she started doing movies like this and The Gift, where she actually gets naked in that one, and tried to shake that good girl image a little bit to get a few more different roles. But yeah, she did a couple of things. She did Batman Begins.
I'm suffocating under there.
Well, that's it. That's it for the horrors. So yeah, we can. Oh, I've got to get next week's movie too for
movie of the week.
Movie of the week, yeah. We're going to do The Hill. I think I want to keep it there because
I didn't put it up. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because I want to do The Hill. But I'll go get it.
All right, I'm going to go get The Hill for the next week's movie of the week.
The Hill.
It's an old Sean Connery.
Okay.
Okay, a teeny bit of this premix left. Hooty hoo.
Okay, I'll put that down there because that will be the last disc we talk about.
Film of the week for next week.
Mm-hmm. Okay, last movie, and then we are done pretty much for tonight. This one is a late release film and has more twists and plot twists than pretty much any other movie I've ever seen. It is a really bizarre film.
I feel like it's a bit related to the last one, Disturbing Behavior, but
yeah.
Well, this one had a lot of disturbing behavior, but then had some awesome threesomes as well. So, hey,
Well, that was the same with Neve Campbell. She had Party of Five, and then she wanted to, break out.
Break that image. More.
Yeah. And then you had Matt Dillon in there. He was awesome in There's Something About Mary. Remember that one?
Yes.
Yep.
He was funny in that. But just Wild Things. Yeah, I remember that one.
That was a big video release, that one.
Yeah, so there's actually a post-credit scene in this film as well, which was very rare back in the day to have.
Yeah.
I remember the only real takeaway from that film was the hot tub scene, wasn't it?
The hot tub.
The hot tub scene. No. There was the bedroom scene with was it Matt Dillon and Neve Campbell and
I haven't watched it in a while. You've obviously seen it.
Yeah, I think it's on regular rotation to Charlie.
Yeah. Oh, dude, this is becoming a man. This film.
I haven't watched it since 1998 or whatever it was.
Yeah, that was probably actually a bit more recent for me. I don't think I watched this until I was like 25 or so. But I've never seen it on Laserdisc. I've only ever seen it on DVD before. It was just because it was a trailer on like half the movies that came out at the time. It was on everything. It was unavoidable, especially that hot tub scene.
Yeah, it was heavily hyped for home video. Yeah,
they really hyped the shit out of that. Yeah, and Oh, that's right. There's the full frontal scene with Kevin Bacon as well.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Yep.
I chose not to.
There's a memory for you, Mark. I
must have forgotten about that.
It was wiped, All right. So then we've got next week's film of the week, or this week's film of the week. If you get some time to watch it, we're not. This video doesn't come out for 2 weeks, so don't you? So what we're filming now won't be out until.
You're having a week off.
Next, not this Thursday, but next Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I got really stressed out with last week's video, so I just need a week off.
Need to take a break. Yeah. That's good.
Plus, I need some time to work on someone's 20th anniversary video. So this week's film of the week is The Hill. This came out in 1997 on Laserdisc, but it's from 1964 and directed by Sidney Lumet, starring Sean Connery. And one weird thing, I don't know if you've ever seen a copy do this before, but if you open it up, it's upside down.
You think that's a printing error?
I think so, yes.
No, I've never seen that.
I've never seen a single Laserdisc do that before, so yeah, that's quite fun.
Well,
yeah, so that I look forward to checking that out. It's again not longer than 2 hours. I'm trying to keep our films short, no more 3-hour epics anymore. I promise.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. I'm getting a theme going. I didn't even mean to, but it's turning into a bit of a theme where we're doing films mostly from the 60s and 70s, which is an era that I've really wanted to explore more. Because it's the auteur era of films.
I like those years. They're good years of filmmaking. So yeah.
I'm a Connery fan, and I haven't seen The Hill, so I'm looking forward to watching it and then us coming back and having an in-depth talk on it.
Well, except for Oh Lucky Man, I think I'm on a pretty good run right now. So yeah, I hopefully we're not going to destroy it with an army film. But you remember a couple of weeks ago we were choosing which one, and we were looking at notes, and The Hill rated higher on IMDb and Letterboxd than Ipcress File did. Yeah. And Ipcress File was great.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what can be better,
Right. So we'll be back with an in-depth talk on The Hill.
Anyway, so that's it for all of us tonight. Thank you, Mark, for coming on.
No worries.
And thank you, Angry Aussie, as always. I'm really glad we've got this little show going, and we're about to hit 6 months of doing it now.
Yeah, we're just hitting our stride. We're coming into our prime now. So come back for more Laserdiscs. There's always some good ones. Even if you don't buy the Laserdisc, I think a few of them should pop up in your head. What I should either watch or rewatch that. I think it's a really good sort of, oh yeah, that one's a classic. If I haven't watched it, I should watch it. If I haven't watched it in a while, I should rewatch it. And it's just a very fun mix of stuff you come up with, Charlie.
One of the things I love about doing this show is I hope that we're encouraging people to try out films they usually would just ignore.
Yeah.
You know, I really hope that I'm inspiring people to go, oh, okay, that looks interesting, you know? And, you know, I don't care if they don't buy it from me, if they buy the DVD for $2 or something. But just to widen their variety of taste, it's really exciting. Spreading the excitement, spreading the good vibes, you know.
Yeah, it's also great to just have your own personal curated taste of physical media that you can draw from any time, right? You know, you don't have to worry about the streaming services screwing you over, you know. So,
well, that's it from us. We'll see you next time. Bye, guys.
Deal.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay, excellent. All right, stop that.
Stop your mic.
Switch that off.
Stop my mic.
Oh, now I have to catch up.
Stop Mark's mic. Oh, wait.
oh yeah.
Oh, everyone's been hanging around.
Yeah, no, they recorded, so I can send you an audio thing from my phone.
So I'm going. No one's come for a while. I do like, Dr. Abigail. A much more respectful name is Sex Worker, but that doesn't work as a film title as well as Frankenhooker does. Franken Sex Worker is, and again, because it's very shallow, cheap, and silly fun. It does not take itself seriously, but it's honestly a pretty entertaining film.
Yeah.
Saf wants the chat back on the screen. Sure, why not? There you go. We're back. So yeah, on Tuesday, I know I'll preview the book movie video for the week. Yeah, I think you've muted yourself for some reason, Charlie.
Yeah, I can't hear.
Sophie was unwrapping the fish and chips. We
okay.
got fish and chips, so I didn't want that noise to go into the But yeah, I've already used the THX Simpsons one already. So I'm thinking I might use the one from Toy Story where it's that cow thing. You know, the one where he does the cow, he has a machine and then like that, you know.
Yes.
Yes, I am actually looking through your that's why I brought up the THX one, because that was one of your comments. The technology used in Mary Poppins to mix animation and live action was only just recreated recently, and it's way better than green screen.
Oh, the Corridor Digital crew did that. It's called Soda. I forget what it's called. But it is actually orders of magnitude better than green screen for putting someone into a... And people just stopped using it. But they recreated it, and they showed it's way better than chroma keying. It's very interesting.
What movie, Safa, when you said Blast from the Past, I'm curious what movie that was. Because there was a lot of... yeah, right? I want the drug that killed River Phoenix as well. I just won't take as much of it.
There was... I remember a funny story, people at Triple J saying once, someone international, might have been IC, it was some international act, had found out someone had done that song, and they were a friend of River Phoenix, and they were super angry, and they were going, tell me if I can do that, I'm going to fuck them up. And the Triple J people are going, we can't, no one actually knows who they are. Damn.
I think the name Damien was the name Damien for the, you know.
Yeah. That's fine. Oh, Raze, you're on a winning streak with finding Ben & Jerry's for $10 at DoorDash from 7-Eleven. Hey, Kirsty, how you doing?
Hey, Kirsty.
I'm going to hang up and start eating my fish and chips.
Oh, that's okay. Fish and chips time.
Yeah, I got to go.
Thank you for having me on again. Thank you for doing the show.
Thanks for joining us, Mark. That was really cool. Thank you.
No worries. I'll see you later, guys.
Bye, Mark.
Cheers, mate. Cheers, guys.
See you guys.
I'll roll through the last half hour on my own then, shall I? Why not? Why not? I can just fucking monologue as well as the next person. I just don't have something non-alcoholic. I have a little non-alcoholic beverage here. Yeah, it was just fun bringing out one of the masks. Jesus fucking Christ. When we do breathalyzer, yeah, look, it'll be over the legal limit, I think, but I don't feel drunk. It's going to be pretty low. Breakfast Baguette fucking kicked ass, Safa. Thank you for asking. Oh, Kirsty, have you got something to say? Look, honestly, yeah, why not? Why not, Kirsty? I will just put the link in there. And will that make Pat magically appear because I put the link there? It seems like that happens. My ice has been melting. I'm just going to drink some water. But I got this little can. Where are we? This little Svelte can. Blood orange and lime. All right. Kirsty waving at me from backstage. Hey, Kirsty.
Guess what happened on Friday?
What happened on Friday?
I had the surgery.
Yes, you told us. How are you feeling? It must be like a painful and awkward sore thing.
Very, very sore, my mate.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, my little witchy, I had my little finger. I had stuff on my little finger, and that knocked me about for a bit.
And that's why I didn't come up on angry group night on Friday.
Yeah. You weren't quite up to it on Friday night, which I understand.
I was like,
yeah. It was nice that you came in and chat and let us know that it happened and you were okay. But yeah, after was it like a month of this dragging on for you, finally having it done?
This many months.
3 months. Holy cow. Okay.
Holy cow.
I just remember going to keep putting you off.
Yeah, but hold on.
Ooh, someone calling you. There you go. Fair enough. Emergency. Next weekend's oh God, Mrs. Angry will be excited. I'll be streaming in here, and Mrs. Angry will be watching Eurovision out there. Is that really the case? Let me have a look. Eurovision 2026. Yep, is spot on, Safa. First semi-final this Tuesday, second semi-final on Thursday, and the final on Saturday, which is Sunday our time, I think. Well, Mrs. Angry will be excited. Delta Goodrum's doing Australia's Eurovision this year. Oh, I love it that you're throwing in with the gallbladder thing, Dr. Abigail. Cholecystectomy. Are you saying this is Delta Goodrum's first time? Because I also swore she'd done Eurovision before. So you mentioned weather. As exciting as talking about weather is, I wanted to. So we're into no rain. After a week of rain, a week of no rain, but then a reasonable amount of rain on the weekend, probably. But all around, it's warming up 18, 19, 21, 22. I mean, honestly, 22? That's like my favorite weather. So I'm really going to enjoy a few days this week just before we get into the serious cold things. Yeah, home for the elderly. Charlie, literally anyone can be the Eurovision entrant. England's had some established stars do it before. Australia's had a few established people do it. But yeah. I think there was a real backlash against Australia in the voting last year, I think. People thinking Australia shouldn't be in it, not being in Europe and all that sort of thing. But that's just a marketing and ratings and money thing, honestly. But you get a lot of countries being represented who do not fit into the traditional.
Sorry about that.
That's okay, Kirsty. You had a call. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Dr. Abigail, why is Australia in? It's about money. It's literally about money and ratings and sponsorship. It's literally just because Eurovision was so popular in Australia that they did it. It's just a money thing. Oh, God. Ray's, you actually ordered the DoorDash ice cream. Nice. You got to love that. Just seeing you could get Ben & Jerry's $15 on DoorDash and getting it. Just in the Farah by-election, it's not particularly surprising. You know what's unsettling and dark? Voices in the National Party saying they'd form a coalition government with One Nation. That's some dark fuckery right there. Thanks, Charlie, reminding me to send the audio. But you got to tell me that just before I go.
So what they've done 4 laparoscopic incisions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's like 4 keyhole surgery thingies.
Yes, it is. Yeah. One on my belly button area, one above the belly button, and 2 closer to each other on a bit further.
But again, how amazing are the advances in surgery that they do those little incisions rather than like just fucking cutting you open and doing one huge
like that.
Yeah.
Like that. Ah.
Yeah. It's amazing what they can do with that keyhole surgery, honestly.
Yeah, so how's your day been so far?
It's been fine, thank you, Kirsty. Yeah, just having a chill time. I watched a few. I was a few episodes behind watching The Boys. Watched that. And the afternoon was just very pleasant sunshine. It wasn't particularly warm. It was probably about 19 or 20, but the sun was out. Mrs. Angry and I went for a walk in the park, which was quite nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was all good. Well, Dr. Abigail is saying the cholecystectomy is 3 keyhole incisions. Kirsty had 4. So
I got 4, Dr. Abigail.
Because Kirsty's special. She gets an extra incision.
Yeah. I can show you if you want me to show you.
Look, legit, Dr. Abigail would like you to show off photos of it. I don't think I don't want to risk weirdness from YouTube with you showing. Although I assume they're very little.
People. I showed a few people on other people's panels. The Angry Bunch.
I'm very cautious about doing anything outrageous because YouTube stops you from live streaming if you do something dodgy.
Well, it's completely not. I can actually send it into the. I'll send it into the
Discord. You can put pictures in the Discord if you like.
Yeah, I'll do the Discord instead, okay?
It's
The
kind of like
angry
when I had
Discord.
when I first had the bandage off my finger from the surgery of my finger and it was looking pretty gnarly. I sent a picture to Dr. Abigail because I knew she'd appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yes, Justin, I tend to agree with you. One Nation might be able to challenge the Nationals in particular in regional seats. Because honestly, what have the Nationals done for country people? Bugger all, quite honestly. One Nation will do even less for them, but angry people who feel ignored, disenfranchised, disillusioned, can make stupid decisions. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate wordplay. You hear about Discord, but what about that chord? Yes, Ray's gore on YouTube is definitely a good way to get banned. But I feel like they're probably little stars as well.
I can only laugh like that at the moment.
Yeah, you don't want to laugh too hard if you've had surgery.
No, it's really painful. And even when I'm doing a fluff off, it hurts like crazy too.
Yeah. Safa saying Farah should be 2 seats because it's too large. Dude, no one lives in that great big area. The seats in Australia are defined by the number of people.
You think One Nation will implode, not explode?
Either would work. Either would work for me, but yeah, Justin, I think you're right in as much as every iteration of One Nation since the 90s has torn themselves apart within fighting. Because who knew if your entire ethos is being nasty, spiteful, bigoted dorks, the people who join the party tend to be horrible, horrible people, and they don't get on very well, and they tear themselves apart. So I agree completely, Justin, that within a year or two, One Nation will probably implode. No, Charlie, that's the sum total of One Nation. Fuck anyone who's not white. Well, white and straight.
So 15 minutes left till you end the live.
Sleepy Bobos. Yes. You might be sleeping more than me, Kirsty. I can imagine you need more recuperation time. Yeah, you need the recuperation time. Sleep is very good for physical recuperation.
And I can't even sleep on this side anymore.
Oh, I bet it's really awkward. Yeah.
It is. It's very painful.
Yeah.
I can't even sleep on my stomach either.
Yeah. Stop saying Barnaby Joyce was gloating on ABC. Look, we all are waiting for the day when Barnaby Joyce inevitably has a massive brain hemorrhage and from his decades of alcohol abuse. But not a nice person is all I'm going to say. We were actually pretty efficient. Charlie, you did 10 less discs, and we came in inside an hour for those 20 discs. And but we had some good interactions. You might get out on Thursday. Look, I think you should just go with your editing. Don't stay up late. Don't bust a gut. If it's ready on Thursday, release it this week. And if not, you're giving yourself the break you need. It's the same as I didn't even start editing my book video until, I don't know, 5:30 today. And I'd finished the editing by 7:30, but then I had to render the video, so it wasn't ready before this stream started. And then I remembered I didn't write the recipe in the book, so I've got to write the recipe in the book and record that and do it. Oh, Sim's got a Murphy video out midnight tonight, Melbourne time. Nice.
Midnight Melbourne.
So
It'll be 11:30 my time.
I've got to do a slight re-edit on my book video and record myself writing the recipe in the book. And I'll do a preview of it on Tuesday. Who made that Angry Aussie doco? What Angry Aussie doco? I do not know what you're referencing. Highly recommending Charlie get an editor. I think Charlie likes the editing. Yeah, Ray's, I don't know what Charlie's talking about. Is it one of the haters who did attack videos on me? Put a link in the Discord, Charlie. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm intrigued.
You bequeathed?
But yeah, so I'm not sure what you mean. It kind of depends what you mean by documentary as well. It was very funny. Like of the various attack videos on me back in the day, there was one that I found really funny. I still remember the name of it. The video was titled Angry Aussie is Dangerous. And it was this weird old guy. And he was just a weirdo. He's like a climate change denier and whatnot. It was humorous to me because this guy clearly had no idea how bad he was making himself look. Okay, so Charlie sent me a link. Oh, that's me. Okay, what did I... Okay, I need to be reminded what I did in this. I made a video called Mr. Angry, the feature-length documentary.
Yeah.
And also, why is it not loading for me? That is super...
That's a bit weird. Unless he has to send it to someone to actually give it to Dr. Abigail so you can touch the link. Maybe. Oh. Uh-oh. He's gone. Oh my goodness, he's disappeared on us. He went bye-byes. Oh. I can't sign off. Uh-oh, Angry just did an angry. Blame the pigeons. I'm having a cigarette.
I think my internet cut out.
Yeah, it did.
Just from... Okay, maybe I should go to bed. Like, my internet's struggling.
Yeah.
YouTube thing wouldn't... Yeah, Charlie killed me. That was Charlie's fault.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yeah, I'm having a cigarette. $10 more minutes left.
Ray says smoking on YouTube can get us banned, so you need to. Also, that is a hella big thing. You're smoking, Kirsty.
It's actually a filter holding the cigarette.
Oh, it's a cigarette holder. Yeah, okay, that's old school. Okay, I get it. So, yeah, okay. So that thing Charlie said, Mr. Angry, the feature-length documentary, is something I did.
I did not know.
18 years ago. So, okay, fun fact. Look, I'll play a little bit of it because I look much younger. And you know why I look much younger? Because I fucking am. I'm 18 years younger here.
You can hear me, but you can't see me.
That is true, Kirsty. Okay, I got to just show a little bit of this. Oh, I think I need to... I can't hear this. I don't know what I'm saying.
I did not know that, Raisin. I smoked on other people's panels, but I had my camera turned off.
Yeah.
Where's the volume?
Fuck is this doing to me? Oh shit! Look, honestly, on video, is the video muted?
Yeah.
Oh,
time limit to upload.
That's not the problem, though. I have okay. That'll do it for you all. I need to just before look. I'll play a little bit of it. This fucking shit laptop. Speakers. Okay, I think I've got it now. I'll play a little bit of this video.
Well, this is the video I promised you a little while ago. Very long video. I invited everyone to give me comments on what I should talk about. Ask me any question you liked, or just give me a shout out, and I'll give you a shout out in this video. I'm going to lead in with the explanation I always have to give, given it heaps of time, but every time I make a video longer than 10 minutes, someone says, hey, how did you get to make a video longer than 10 minutes? Well, back in the day, the early days of YouTube, a director account, which you did have to make a specific application for, automatically gave you no time limit on the videos. You still had 100 megabyte upload limit, but there was no time limit. The idea is, if you were a director, someone who is actually going to be making films, arty pieces, longer pieces, you needed that freedom, and you were supposed to not abuse it. But a bunch of dorks use that lack of time limit to upload whole TV shows and even movies, and so the privilege was taken away. Now, I've gone on record lots of times saying the way copyright laws are enforced these days is bullshit. The way YouTube often responds to issues is bullshit. But here's an example of why we have these issues. Dickheads who abuse systems and do stuff that's just blatantly wrong, and everyone suffers as a consequence. And the other question I'm likely to get is, do you seriously expect me to watch something this long? In short, no, I don't take it personally if anyone says this is too long to watch. I wouldn't watch it. I think it's crazy. I'm going to have to watch it a couple times probably in the editing process, but that's me. If you don't want to watch it, I won't take it personally. And as for how long this is going to be, obviously I'm just starting at the moment, so I don't know. My goal for a minimum is 90 minutes, like a feature-length Mr. Angry documentary. And I'm actually not going to stop just because of time. You know what? I printed out all the stuff people sent me in comments. It's more than 20 pages of stuff to thread through. so it could easily go for more than 1.5 hours. We shall see. But without further ado, let's get started. First up, Cheesemaster said he was taking away the ability of dorks to leave some lame first comment, and so he did. And he also got thanks from Mystery Skater 4 for doing that. Now, Drake Blackthorn said, well, first he said congratulations on being a partner, thank you. And then he asked me about Rule 34 of the internet, which I had to look up.
I'm just going to jump forward.
Administration was given specific reasons, a specific notification that bin Laden was planning dramatic strikes on American soil. VPU also asks, what's my opinion of the Olympic Games in China and Chinese violation of human rights? Chinese violation of human rights is pretty fucking extreme, in my opinion. I also don't think the answer is as cut and dried as some people say. China is...
My brother is. Jello8807 asked me about the 8 girls who beat up another girl. What did I think of that? And of course, I've made a whole video on that in the intervening time since that comment was posted. So you should know what I think about that now. CMC212 regretted not sending a banner into my competition, but then said that theirs wasn't as good as some I showed anyway. I really appreciate everyone putting thought into it. And, wow, I'm about due to change banners again. I was doing on my blog. I didn't really think much about, the YouTube community as such. I was really just using it for stuff for my blog. But after being on, I discovered that YouTube itself was pretty goddamn awesome. And that's why I've been on ever since. Wally's Girl also asked if I've ever gone to mental health services, what I think about shrinks in general. Look, for a lot of people, it's really helpful. Like going to counseling or therapy can be incredibly helpful. You can say, hey, do literally whatever you want. You can narrow it to do what you want, but don't make money from it. Or do what you want, make money if you want, but then you have to also is just for shit. And Doctor Who, I love Doctor Who. The new series must be starting here soon. I know it's on in the UK and people have put clips of it on YouTube. I just wait for it to screen on TV here. I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. It's the bigger cars here, but they are on proper racetracks, like Formula One racetracks with bends and stuff. That seems more like racing. NASCAR seems kind of funny to Australians. I like watching the crashes. Too Good for Name says, Ruffle, thanks for showing me the insight into the videos. California loves my videos. Philippines and Japan are a surprising amount. This is so much fun, but no Russians. I agree, it's a fun way to waste time. And I've finally gotten to the end of these comments. Lucky last from when I printed these out. Sorry if you added some after. I've been working on this for ages. But the last one on my printed list is Shadow Mazar. He says, I would like to know your opinion on evil turnips. I've started a turnip cult. Tomorrow we carve turnips and throw them at people I know. I'm going to yell April Fools when it hits them because it's still April and they're foolish. Mwahahaha. Dude, if that doesn't get you killed, nothing will. I'd really like to know what the outcome is. All right, that's the end of the longest video I'm ever likely to do. Thank you everyone who participated. Thank you anyone crazy enough to watch this all the way through. This has really just been an exercise in doing something for the sake of doing it for me. So if you stuck with me, thank you very much. And I think I'm going to do a short video next, maybe less than 60 seconds, just to fire one out there. Thanks again, and see you online.
Pretty amazing. I'm going to put it in my part. Okay.
I was talking for ages then, and I this fucking microphone, damn it. Anyway, so that was a 1.5 hour video from 16 years ago, almost exactly 16 years ago. And Cypher said, how long's Mr. Safety been in Australia? Twice, I think, maybe 3 times. But I'm going sleepy bobos now. So everyone take care. I'll see you probably Tuesday if you're around. I'll probably be around. But I'll say bye for now. Bye.
Bye, Angry.
You are totally fucked!